I was feeling down. I was feeling like my life at the time was just about pursuing money. And it's because that's all I was doing for the most part. I have a very big family and the brother has to provide. Doing the show and just doing some creative things that I was doing at the time was taking up time, but wasn't bringing in the money. And so I went on this path to really just pursue money, and it was necessary. However, with time, I began to feel depressed. Peace and power, peace and power.
Hey, we here.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
That's right. An idea is manifesting.
Yes, sir.
How you feel, brother?
I feel good, man. I feel good. It was,
Nice.
We had to bring it to, the studio and really just make it happen.
Yeah. So this is episode 1, and we purposely and strategically chose not to have an agenda. We wanted to introduce ourselves to the world. We wanted to also introduce our flow and organic conversations. Just to give a little brief history, Mack and I have known each other for a few years now, and maybe 5.
Not more than that. Probably,
Yeah.
probably about 6 or 7 years now.
Oh.
Seems like. Yeah.
Let's just say a decade.
Ran quick.
Yeah, it definitely ran quick. And we started off, we met at a personal development program, and that alone planted the seed for what you see today.
Yes, sir.
I would say tell the people a little bit about yourself, brother. Not everything though, because I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
We're both gonna interview each other. So this,
Okay.
Hold on, pause on that. So this show has multiple dimensions to it. So you have Mack and I as one unit, and then you got Mack and I interviewing others. That's another unit, and then you have our individual brands. This brother's a great realtor, amongst other things. He has his own brand, and then I have my own brand. So you'll be getting a nice mixture of things. So we're actually going to interview each other too. So that should be dope. Look out for that. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, as you mentioned, my name is Mack Bonnet. Full name is Mackinson. Everyone calls me Mack for short, you know. Born in Haiti, came here at a very young age. Saint-Placé, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, I'm currently a real estate agent here in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing this for a while now, top producing agent. So, business has been good with that. And entrepreneur, father, just all of those things. And, just striving to be successful in every avenue, which is what this show's about.
That's right. And when I came up with this crazy idea to do this podcast with you, which by the way is a huge honor, I'm grateful that you accepted it. Why did you accept it?
As one thing I noticed about you and I when we get into just random conversations, like we'll call each other just to say peace.
That's right.
And then we just get into like real in-depth conversations about life, about the books we've read, about personal development, about assortment of different things, and it's always engaging. And I felt as if it would be cool if we could present it to the world.
That's right.
That vast mind and collective mind. Once we build with like-minded people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What about you?
Pretty much, not to sound redundant, I remember a few times when Mack and I would speak, we would be like, yo, that was like a miniature podcast, just this phone call. And then, so I would just think about that. So I've been thinking about relaunching. So I had my own show called Truth Speaks Power. And for many reasons, and I'll get into that another time, I stopped doing the show. It was on pause because I always had intentions to come back to it. And when I got the burning desire, Napoleon Hill, one of these books are Napoleon Hill's, he describes it as a burning desire to come back to do this show again. See, because when I was first doing the show, I was impatient. When I first came out as a podcaster, I was impatient. I was impatient with the results. And I mean, man, I there's so many ways I can go to this, but let's just say that the way I came up, and we'll talk about that another show. Again, I'm used to getting things fast. Let's just put it that way. And so I wasn't patient. So I left in the pursuit of money because, like Mack, I have a family, very big family, married, and the brother has to provide. And so doing the show and just doing some creative things that I was doing at the time was taking up time, but wasn't bringing in the money. And so I went on this path to really just pursue money, and it was necessary. However, with time, I began to feel depressed. I'm thinking if that's an extreme word to use, but I would say it would describe the way I was feeling at the time. I was feeling down. I was feeling like my life at the time was just about pursuing money. And it's because that's all I was doing for the most part. And I wasn't necessarily doing anything that fuels me or that was connected to my purpose. Now, I just want to say something real quick. One thing about me, family, as y'all get to know me, I'll go on tangents sometimes, sidebar conversations. I'll make a right turn when we were going straight, and it'll be an unexpected right turn or left turn, but it will all take us back to the purposeful destination. So, as men, sometimes you gotta put your stuff aside and do what you need to do for your family. That's a noble thing to do. And I shouldn't have felt bad for that. I shouldn't allowed myself to go into a low place, so to speak, because of that. Because I'm a man, and a man is a provider. That's not the only thing I am. And that's not to say that women can't provide, because my wife is a great provider also. But I'm about traditional roles and doing things traditional ways. She has enough on her plate as it is, as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, and all the other hats that she wears. So with that being said, just wanted to say that for any man out there, if you got responsibilities and you need to put your stuff aside or put your stuff on pause to provide for your family, then you need to do that. So that's what I did. However, though, I was like, man, I was yearning to get back on it, brother. I was feeling empty. Like, that's just what it is. And what I realized, the mistake was that I shouldn't have stopped completely. Mm-hmm. I should have just slowed down. That's what it is. Some people use the word balance. I'm not a big fan of that word, but, it's just all about balance at the end of the day. So when I got that itch to come back, see, I told y'all we would come back. Y'all get used to this. Don't worry about it. I was thinking like, man, I do better in conversations. Now, I don't know if I know. Let me take that back. I don't know if I do better in conversations. Maybe. I prefer conversations. Mm-hmm. For many reasons. The stimulation that it provides, but also I just enjoy it more.
Absolutely.
And I was like, man, maybe I should have a co-host. Who can I think of? And your name kept coming up in my head, bro.
That crazy Haitian.
Yo, word up. Yo, and I'm Dominican, so we're not even supposed to be united, right? We're supposed to be beefing right now. That's dumb stuff, man. Dumb beef. To all my Dominicans out there, que lo que?
Que lo que?
You know what I'm saying? And I did think about other people. Uh-huh. I thought about some other people. I thought about like, what? A sister. Yeah, a sister would be good.
With balance. I could see why you say that.
Right. But I just came back. It came back to you because of the organic chemistry that we have when we're just having a conversation, drinking some tea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what it is, my brother.
Yeah. Now, you said some very just powerful and thought-provoking things, as you usually do. And
thank you.
When you were just speaking on men just putting, not being, not feeling bad about putting things aside in order to provide. That's definitely, I can see why you say that, and I see the power with that, but I also see, as you've realized, the feeling unfulfilled part about that as well.
Yeah.
I remember hearing in conversation about, so it was like when you pass away, and this might have been a conversation that you and I had, when you pass away and, your children or your loved ones are giving you thanks, and they'll say he was a hard worker. And although that is positive, we can't have that as men, as providers, be all we are known for and thought of getting up there and working and providing, because life is more than that. And even though it's something that you should be thankful for and be something that you're proud of, in the same token, that's you're more than that. We're all more than that. We're not just providers. We're thinkers, we're doers, we're building legacies outside of ourselves, and
we're humans. We're men with dreams,
absolutely,
and aspirations and goals, and
absolutely. So, that was just the thought that I had when you were just sharing that, and sometimes in pursuit of providing, we lose ourselves.
Right.
And
yes,
not to get too deep, but
take them there, brother.
Yeah, like men have the highest suicide rate. Men live shorter lives, and oftentimes that's because of the selflessness that we have to have in providing for everyone else and not thinking of ourselves, which is something that from the outside looking in, that you're great in. Like some of these books that you have here are on meditation and on internal growth.
As a matter of fact, when you called me today, I didn't pick up.
Yeah, because you were meditating.
That's right.
And I admire that, because I get so busy in just life and in having to provide that I don't have that time to meditate and think to myself. Like my thinking might be in the car while I'm going from one house to another.
Not to cut you, my brother.
Yes.
Please don't lose your thought.
No, please.
You do have the time.
You
do have the time. You're just not making it a priority.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And I guess that's to the point that I'm saying sometimes we have to make it a priority to chase our own passions.
Yeah.
The
way is interesting because as I was listening to you, I feel like women think, by the way, I love women. I was raised by a single woman, single mother. So anything that I say is never against or directed towards women in a negative way. I just want to put that out there first and foremost. I have daughters. I feel like women seem to get credited for doing, because it is true, for doing, and also being described. The way you describe men, I feel like women are the only ones that really get described that way, and people tend to forget that men are also giving up things.
And selfless, oftentimes.
Yes, great word, selfless. Why do you think that's like, why do you think that women tend to be the only ones that are known for that, and people disregard the men that are being like that too?
Well, because in the world that we live in, men have to put up a facade all the time. Men aren't supposed to show emotion. We're supposed to carry this image oftentimes. And unfortunately, sometimes, the selflessness is expected for a man. You're supposed to put everyone else first, so it's not seen that way. And not saying that it's different for women. I can't really speak on them because I am a man, and that's what I've learned throughout my own journey through this thing called life.
That's right.
But yeah, I think oftentimes, it's just expected for a man to do certain things, and unfortunately, sometimes it's taken for granted.
Yeah. I think so. In addition to that, also, I think that unfortunately, a lot of men have been irresponsible and abusive towards women, and also not handling business and handling their priorities and responsibilities. So I think that that imbalance created this spotlight on women being not congratulated, but being highlighted for what they do. A woman can never be a man, and I hate when women do the whole, it's Father's Day, I'm giving myself a card, whatever, like, relax with that. But yeah, I think too, men have been irresponsible, and but there's also a lot of men who are responsible, and I think that whether more or less, I don't know, but I just speaking to the facts, I just think that we can't collapse those men with men like yourself.
And like you.
Thank you.
No, so yeah, this is what it was. This is what we brought this podcast to life. Just a general conversation, letting it flow.
Right.
Right.
So my man Coachy, he's here. He's in the background. That's the cameraman. Thank you, Coachy, for being here.
Thank you.
He asked me what was the agenda, and I was like, pardon me. The agenda is not to have an agenda. We wanted to introduce to the world who we are and just how we do. This is what we do, man. It's it's funny though. Like, this is how we do, but I still felt nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not nervous now.
Uh-huh.
But before we started recording, I was feeling nervous, and I was like, yo, what the hell am I nervous about? Like, this is what we do all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. Like, I woke up today, it was a pimple on my neck, and I was like, yo, I'm recording today. Why does a pimple gotta come out today? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man, be easy, man.
Yeah.
So, it's just, but it speaks to like the dumb stuff that gets in the way.
Yeah.
You probably heard the saying, we get out of your own way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get out of your own way. And that's just like, that's what it is. That's like, like little things. Like, I couldn't get a haircut this weekend, so I'm wearing a hat. It's like, I'm purposely wearing a white tee. You know why I'm wearing a white tee?
How is that?
Just, I'm learning from, what's that dude from Facebook? Forgot his name. Mark Zuckerberg?
Okay.
Yeah, and then what's the other dude? Forgive me, man, with the names. That started the whole iPhone.
Was it Jeff Bezos?
Is it Jeff Bezos?
Wait,
nah,
Bezos?
that's Amazon.
That's Amazon. Sam Cook? Wait.
No, that's the same.
No. Cook. Tim Cook, is it?
Nah, what's his name? The Apple guy. Well, anyway, the Apple guy. You know what I'm saying? The Apple guy, they wore the same outfit. They basically wear the same things. And the reason why they wear the same things, well, it's not the same thing. It's the same outfit, but it's a different outfit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Steve Jobs. That's who it is.
That's who it is. Steve Jobs.
Sorry, it was one of those moments.
Yeah, no doubt. We're keeping all of this too.
Yeah.
So they wear the same outfit. Of course, it's a different shirt, but to take away from, using important mental power to come up with like an outfit. Mm-hmm. So instead, I'm wearing a white tee. That's it. Just wearing a white tee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And besides that, man, it ain't about how fresh we look, and we do look fresh, but it ain't about that. It's about the content.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Dímelo, Tato. So we just wanted to introduce to the world who we are. My brother, I know you had a tragedy, so you can't stay long. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Sorry to hear about that, and thank you for still keeping your commitment.
100%.
Coming through.
100%.
And you were on time.
Yes, sir. I was early.
early. Snap. This dude is notoriously late, fam. So one thing about, so we're the same person. If anything, I would say I'm probably the left brain and he's the right brain. But one thing we definitely differ on is punctuality. But you're getting better though, my brother. Thank you for that.
Nah, of course.
You know
of
what
course.
I'm saying?
That's one of the goals, just to be more punctual, do what I have to do in order to make my time commitments. And that's one of the things that I admire about our relationship as well, because punctuality is something that's, important, And again, back to my profession as a realtor, I can't be pulling up 30 minutes late, and I'm with a new client ready to show them a $500,000-$600,000 house. Those things, so in seeing things like you and in some of our other friends that are very punctual, is good. You're taking me out of that false stigma about CPT time.
Listen, we created mathematics.
Yes.
So, nah. You know what I'm saying? I get that. People say that about like, Dominican time too, whatever. Nah, man. Now, we are the original mathematicians. Get out of here with that. Yes. But thank you for being open, though. You know what I'm saying? For being, and that's the beautiful thing about like when you have some dope friendships where you feed off each other in a positive way. There's positive attributes that you have. Yo, you know what? One thing I admire about you, you're fearless, man. And it's very
sometimes.
Yo, but it's very unassuming. Is that a word?
Yes.
Okay. It's very unassuming because when you look at them, right, and I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way,
of course not.
But when you look at him, just normal man, right? You know what I'm saying? Does his thing, looks smart, right? He is smart. But yo, you don't even know how fearless this man is. And people see me and they may assume I have all this confidence, and I do, but you're way more fearless than I am. And so I appreciate you, and that rubs off on me. And so, that's dope about when you have some really great relationships in your life, friendships, brotherhood, whatever. You get to feed off each other and learn from each other. And if your relationships aren't like that, I would suggest you really consider finding some people in your life, like networking. Drake has a song. He says, "No new friends, no new friends." I get it. I get the concept. I get where he's coming from with that. But I am all about new friends. I know who's who. Don't get it twisted. I know who I grew up with, and I knew who was there, and I know who's been sticking with me from day one when I was in one place in life and where I am now, where I'm going. But definitely as I grow, I just meet new people along the way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little brother, like I said, 7 years now, whatever it is. So that's dope, man. That's what's great. And that's what friendship should be like. You shouldn't be tearing each other down. You should be building each other up. And then as men, I know a lot of us struggle with our egos. Ego's not a bad thing. Men need ego, but it should be as NLP. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. That's what I'm certified in. We teach that the ego is just supposed to be in the passenger seat, not the driver. The ego shouldn't be leading. But men need ego. Ego is what makes us step up. Like, yo, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for just being egoless and saying like, yo, I'm gonna take that on,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, egos, I will say this, egos need to be in the passengers, and egos will destroy relationships. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's an intimate relationship, wife and husband, or friendships, or even, just family. Today's my little brother born day. Happy born day, Joseph. You probably won't see this no time soon, but nonetheless, you'll appreciate this shout out, hopefully.
Yes, happy born. Yeah,
yes,
to the point you were making about ego, it reminds me of that Jay-Z lyric, "Foolish pride is what will help me together through these years."
Exactly.
So whether it's ego, foolish pride, or whatever it is, but sometimes that foolish pride is what takes us through the trials and tribulations. Absolutely. Because without that, we'll succumb to life, succumb to the challenges. But that's that right. Ego, or pride, or whatever, however you choose to name it, sometimes that's all we have to stand on. Nobody else believes in us being able to get through something but ourselves.
Powerful.
So yeah. Keep that, as you said, keep that ego on the passenger side, but keep it close.
Yeah, bro.
You never know when you're gonna need it.
Yo, man, that ego be having me working 6-7 days a week, working out. Cause I'm like, yo, man, like, nah, I ain't gonna be out here broke, man. I'm getting to it. And always.
Yeah, that ego would have, like me, quitting your job that you have.
Yo.
pretty much the day before your 10-year anniversary,
Fam.
just because you want more out of your life. You're like, you
Fam.
know what? I'm not going to be here for 10 years.
Fam.
I'm going to jump into real estate.
Wait till y'all hear that story when I interview this brother here, Mackinson Bonnet. I gotta say your full government name. That story. I was on the phone with him when he did it. I was on the phone as he was walking out. I heard the background like noise and everything. Yo, fearless.
Life is too short. You know, we're here one day, gone the next. What are you gonna, look, whatever's next, whatever it is that you believe in, whether it's energy, whether it's heaven or whatever it is. Once you're gone, you're gone. And if you get the opportunity to take a look back and see your life, just a quick overview of your life, or how are you gonna feel about it? Are you going to feel as if you just lived as a robot? Or are you going to feel like, you know what? I reached my goals, or maybe I didn't reach my goals, but I gave it all that I got. And I'm happy with that, So, yeah, for however you want to call it, just do what you have to do in order to live a life that you will be happy for. Not anyone else, you, because at the end of the day, it's going to be you that has to look at yourself in that mirror every day.
That's right. And with that being said, we're going to wrap up episode number 1.
Whoa, that went good. That went quick.
Powerful.
Always.
Peace. Thank you for your time. Please
Peace.
Subscribe, like, share, all that. Listen, I'm new to this. All of that good stuff. You heard?
Raw success.
Bam.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah. Peace.